Most guys waste months, even years, following the wrong workout split. They hop on some random influencer's chest day / back day routine, train like a beast for a week or two, and then they wonder why they're not seeing gains, feeling burnt out, or just straight up bored with their own program. But here's the truth in the big 2025. Your workout split is either making your gains or breaking them. Trust me, we've got science now, real data, not gym bro myths. And if you're a natural lifter who's on no drugs and doing no shortcuts, then the way you train week to week absolutely matters more than you think. In this video, I'll break down what actually works in 2025. We'll compare the top workout splits, unpack the newest research on training frequency and volume, and help you choose the best possible training structure for consistent, long-term growth. And if you just want to skip the confusion and follow a free 90-day workout program that's already optimized for aesthetics, recovery, and sustainable progress, the link is right in the description. Before we dive into what the best workout split actually looks like, you need to understand why your split matters in the first place. Because let's be honest, most people are out here training hard, but with zero structure. Let me show you just how changing your split can flip your entire progress. Most guys in the gym are working hard, but they're training absolutely dumb. Not because they're lazy or unmotivated, but because their workout splits are what's actually holding them back. And in this age that we live in, with all the new research and data we've got, there's no excuse to keep following outdated routines, especially if you're a natural. Now, let's clear up what a workout split even is. It's basically how you structure your training throughout the week, which muscles or movement patterns you hit on each day. Some people follow a bro split, training one muscle group per day. Others go with push-pull legs, honestly my old favorite, splitting their sessions by movement types. Then you've got upper-lower splits, or even full body routines that hit everything each workout. The split you choose determines your training frequency, your volume, and your recovery, and that's why it matters way more than people think. See, after you train a muscle, your body starts repairing and rebuilding it. This process is called muscle protein synthesis. It's literally how you grow muscle, but here's the catch. For natural lifters, this muscle building window lasts about 24 to 48 hours. That's it. So if you're training your chest on Monday and not hitting it again until the next week, that muscle is only getting one good growth stimulus every 7 days. You're basically leaving gains on the table. But if you're hitting each muscle twice a week, boom, you're giving your body more frequent opportunities to grow. And that's where science lines up perfectly with logic. A 2016 meta-analysis by Brad Schofield found that training a muscle more than once per week leads to significantly better hypertrophy outcomes. More research by Grigrick in 2021 does also suggest that frequency matters less if your weekly volume is the same. But here's the catch now. Most people just can't push through 20 quality sets for a single muscle in one session. Not naturally. Not without feeling like they've been hit by a truck the next day. And that's where volume comes in. Science says that the sweet spot for weekly volume is somewhere between 10 to 20 sets per muscle group. Try stuffing that into one brutal chest day, and you'll end up with sloppy form, mental burnouts, and sore joints. But if you split that volume across 2 or more days, let's say about 10 sets on Monday, 10 more on Thursday, suddenly you're training with way better intensity, better form, and better recovery too. It's not just about muscle physique either. Your central nervous system is the thing that powers all your lifts, your coordination, your sleep, and your focus. That thing gets fried if you're pushing it too hard, too often, without proper structure. A good split doesn't just hit the muscles, it gives your central nervous system room to breathe. It's like programming smart recovery into your weekly plan so you don't burn out or plateau. And this is where enhanced lifters and natural lifters split paths. If you're on gear, your body recovers so much faster. You can annihilate your chest with 25 sets in one day and still be fine by Wednesday. But Us naturals, we don't have that luxury. You need a strategy that lets you train hard without digging yourself into a recovery hole. That means training muscles more frequently, spreading volume absolutely smart, and recovering like it's part of the plan because it is. So no, your workout split isn't just a matter of convenience or preference. It's the entire framework that determines your results, how often you grow, how consistent you improve, and just how sustainable your progress really is. In this day and age, it's not about training harder than everyone else. It's about training smarter, because science-backed programming beats brute effort every time. And if you want to stop guessing and follow a proven 90-day split that's already optimized for muscle growth, recovery, and aesthetics, then there's a free plan linked down below. Please, don't sleep on it. Quick pause. If you're finding this breakdown helpful so far, make sure you hit that like button to let me know. And subscribe if you want more no BS science-based fitness content like this, so that you guys can build your most aesthetic physique. Also, drop a comment below. What's your current training split? And how is it working for you? I'm always down to read through your routines and give feedback. Now, let's get back into it. Alright, so now you get how important your split is, but here's the part most guys completely mess up. How often and how much you're actually training each muscle. And trust me, this next part, it's where science starts exposing every bad gym routine out there. When it comes to building muscle, most guys are focused on intensity, the sweat, the pump, the one brutal set that makes you question your entire existence. But in 2025, we know that it's not just how hard you train, it's how often and how much. 3 of the biggest drivers of muscle growth are training frequency, how often you train a muscle each week, and training volume, which is basically how much total work you do. And in the last few years, science has gotten really clear on how to dial those in, especially for natural lifters who aren't recovering with the help of a needle. Let's start with frequency. Back in the day, bro split was the gospel. Training one muscle group per day once a week. Chest Monday, back Tuesday, arms Thursday, and maybe skip legs because your knees quote unquote hurt. That worked for enhanced lifters who could recover like superheroes. But for the rest of us,
it's not enough.
Multiple studies now show that training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week leads to significantly better growth. A 2018 systematic review by Grigg et al. Looked at dozens of frequency-focused studies and found that training a muscle group twice a week or more produced significantly better hypertrophy than once a week, especially in untrained and recreational lifters. Simple as that. More recent reviews by Grigg and colleagues in 2018 and 2021 back this up. Higher frequency allows you to perform better across the week and recover faster, especially if you're not jacked up on PEDs. And the reason is actually just pretty simple. The process that repairs, you spike something called muscle protein synthesis, also called MPS. The process that repairs and builds muscle tissue. But that spike only lasts about 24 to 48 hours. If you only train a muscle once a week, it's basically sitting idle the other 5 to 6 days. You're barely scratching the surface of your potential. But if you're hitting that same muscle 2 or 3 times a week, you're stacking growth windows. That's how natural lifters grow consistently without burning out, like me. Now, frequency is only one side of the equation. The other is training volume, the total number of hard, effective sets you can do per muscle per week. And when we say effective, we're talking about sets in that 60 to 20 rep range with real intensity, not texting between bicep curls. Research from James Krieger and Schofield in 2019 suggests that somewhere between 10 to 20 sets per muscle per week is ideal for hypertrophy, depending on your training age, recovery ability, and how well you can actually push each set. But here's where most people mess it up. They try to cram all 15 to 20 sets into one massive, soul-crushing workout. You start strong, but by the last few sets, you're going through the motions. Your form's off, your energy's gone, you're not stimulating growth, you're just accumulating fatigue. That's why frequency and volume need to be balanced together. Spread that volume across multiple sessions, and all of a sudden, you're able to maintain better form, more intensity, and actually recover in time to do it all over again. And it's not just about doing more. The quality of your volume matters just as much. A 2023 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that lifters who split their training volume across the week maintained better technique and applied more force in each session. That's what leads to true progressive overload, not just adding more sets, but making every single rep count. It's also worth mentioning that past a certain point, and it just means more fatigue and more burnout, and eventually, fewer results because of it. And that's why the sweet spot in 2025 is clear. Moderate to high volume, combined with smart, consistent frequency. If you're a beginner or intermediate, something like a 3-4 day full body or upper lower split will give you everything you need. If you're more advanced or you want to just speed up your progress a bit more, a 5 to 6 day push-pull legs or a hybrid setup lets you scale volume without tanking your recovery. So here's the truth, straight from science. If you want to grow, your program has to walk a tightrope. Enough volume to challenge your muscles, enough frequency to keep the growth signals firing, and just enough recovery to make it all sustainable. You could be training hard, but if you're training inefficiently, you're still leaving gains on the table. And if you're tired of guessing how to balance all of this yourself, you already know what I'm gonna say. There's a free 90-day workout plan linked below, built around science, designed for naturals, and made to help you build a more aesthetic physique without overtraining or wasting time. So, you see why frequency and volume matters. Now, let's actually break down the most popular splits. What works, what's a waste of time, and which one you should follow depending on your goals. This is where the theory meets real life results. With so many different workout splits floating around, bro splits, PPL, full body, upper lower, hybrid splits, it's no wonder most guys are overwhelmed. Everyone's chasing the perfect routine. But in 2025, we've moved beyond the hype and clickbait thumbnails. The best workout split isn't the flashiest one. It's not the one some shredded influencer does on Instagram. It's the one that actually works for you, backed by science, aligned with your goals, and consistent enough to build real progress over time. Let's make it simple. The old school bro split, where you train one muscle group per day and hit each muscle only once per week, still has its diehard fans. Heck, I even know a friend at my job who does this. And yeah, it lets you zero in on one muscle and destroy it for 20 sets. But here's the problem. It doesn't give you enough frequency, especially if you're natural. We know now that muscle protein synthesis peaks for just 24 to 48 hours after a session. So if you're only training chest once a week, it's just sitting there doing nothing the rest of the time. You're missing out on multiple chances to grow. That's why smarter splits like push-pull legs, upper lower, or full body have taken over. They hit each muscle at least twice per week without wrecking your recovery. Push-pull legs is a personal favorite among intermediate and advanced lifters, as it splits your sessions into push, chest, shoulders, triceps, pull, back and biceps, and of course, legs. Run that 6 days a week and every muscle gets hit twice. It's balanced, flexible, and powerful when done right, as all things should be. If you're training 4 days a week, upper lower might be your best option. 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days. Simple, efficient, and you're still hitting everything twice. No fluff, no overthinking. Just a clean structure that works with real life. That's the key. Most guys don't have time for 6 gym sessions every week. And honestly, that's fine. Upper lower keeps your frequency high and your stress low. Full body routines are perfect if you're training 3 days a week or if you're just starting out and want somewhere to start. They give you extremely high frequency, and since you're hitting everything each session. There's no wasted time, but they can be taxing. You've got to manage your volume carefully, or otherwise you'll end up sore, tired, and wondering why you can't recover by Friday. Then there are hybrids, which are basically like cheat codes for advanced lifters. These combine the best parts of other splits, like running push-pull legs but adding a weak point day, or rotating between upper-lower and isolation-focused work. It gives you freedom to focus on more lagging areas, like if your shoulders or arms are behind the rest of your physique, without losing overall balance. So what's the best workout split in 2025 for most guys? If you got 4 days a week to train, then go with upper lower. It's the most bang for your buck. If you commit to 5 or 6 days, a modified push-pull legs or smart hybrid split is absolutely king. These options hit each muscle twice, keep your volume in that 10 to 20 sweet spot, and give you enough recovery to actually grow instead of just feeling beat up all the time. But here's the real takeaway. The best split is the one you can actually stick to. It should hit each muscle group at least twice per week. It should allow for 10 to 20 high quality sets per muscle, spread out intelligently. It should fit your schedule and your ability to recover. And most importantly, it should be something you actually enjoy doing. Because the truth is, a perfect program that you abandon after 2 weeks, it's worthless. But a good program you follow consistently with effort and progression, that's where the gains really come from. Don't chase trends. Don't copy routines that don't suit your lifestyle. Build a split that works for you, and then lock in. And if you're still unsure where to start, or you want a blueprint that's already optimized for frequency, volume, and recovery, then I've got you. There's a free 9-day workout plan linked below. It's built for naturals, focused on aesthetics, and designed to help you actually stay consistent. No fluff, no guesswork, just results if you show up and put in the work. So now you know, the best workout split, it's not the one with the flashiest name. It's not what your favorite influencer does. It's the one that fits your life, hits every muscle group with smart frequency, and keeps you consistent week after week. Train smarter, not harder, and stop changing your split every time you get bored or see a new TikTok. Choose a routine that actually makes sense for you, then stick to it and push it. Track your progress and give it the time your gains deserve. If you're ready to stop winging it and finally follow a structured plan, don't overthink it, pick your split. And if you guys want to see how I use my gaming brain to help me build my physique, click this video right here.